What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we are going to be talking about something on the market related. As you know, this is our market watch on our regular Sunday evenings, so without further ado, let's dive into the video and talk about it. So guys, if you are wanting to connect with TCG player prices and see it on a greater scale for their top performers and everything like that, from 7 to a year's worth, or even just by cash values, this is the place for you. Use TCG Market News. I have it in the description. Just copy and paste it and bookmark it. Check almost daily and you kind of get a good understanding of what's going up and down over the year. And you kind of get this good understanding that even us Market Watch people like to use as our information, that we would just rummage through TCG Player. This place at least lets you guys see it at a more real time, and then you can create your own custom watch lists that'll lead into something even greater. So guys, hopefully you take advantage of this, and again, completely free. You don't have to pay money into this, and then when you're ready to buy a card, you can easily just click the image and it'll pop right up for you. And boom, you don't even have to waste any time. It'll instantly link you and it'll be amazingly easy for you to do this. So guys, hopefully you find this tool useful. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You know the drill by now, but let's get into the main thing. Digimon is starting to show its prices starting to become invisible to the naked eye, like John Cena here. So taking a look though, we're looking at 24s, so it's good to see it starting to tick down. Again, the hype behind it was definitely from the Galaxy decks, and it combos extremely well, right? Because sometimes you get locked into this top end that you can't really get out of, but with Digimon at least you can get out of that top end back into your ultimate and just kind of redo some shenanigans and lead into even stronger level 6. So Digimon is a great tool tech. So at the Europe side, looking like 20 euros to 24 euros. Now we have yellow mem boost going up a little bit as well. I think this comes down to just hype with yellow decks in general. Just with the restriction list, it seems like it opened up a lot more. So looking at 28 to $30. Now taking a look, 24 to 26 euros. Apollomon alts are at 17s, 1820s. I mean, this wasn't really hyped before, and this is only because Galaxy topped a basically high-class locals. I'm going to be straight honest with you. With the amount of people at Worlds, yes, they are very strong players, don't get me wrong, but the amount of rounds you're playing in Worlds is basically equivalently to a locals plus a top 8 cut. I'm sorry to say that, but you know, Galaxy is going to do a lot better in that level design than in larger scale events because it has easier time getting in. That's why we saw SetCon do extremely well at Worlds last year, I think. You know, taking that into a consideration, Worlds is a very big meta call dependent. You know, you learn and adapt very quickly, but it is still just a massive locals. And don't get me wrong, very much thrilled with all the players' skill level that they presented. But at the end of the day, still just a better local meta call though. So taking a look, 17 to 21s though. Europe side looking like 12 to 13s. Phantomons are at $15 climbing. If you have this, I definitely recommend moving this. It's just going to be this price for a bit. Europe side looking like 2 euros to 3 euros. If you guys want, take these off Card Market and list them on Facebooks. Fenrir Luga alts, again, for the Fenrir Luga players, once you lost your Takamazuchi lists, you know, players went back into this list, right? This deck was still doing tops even with Take on, you know, full power zen. So there was some times in JP this deck would top, and it's definitely a player's choice, right? So I'm not surprised that once that hit happened, players just moved right back into this. And some players are playing this in their deck just to combo off a little bit more. But let's be honest, I think this is just fine enough of a deck that you'll still see competitive play. Your side 10 to 11 euros. Now Doremons are up to, you know, $15 a pop if you guys want. I recommend starting to move these. Just don't waste your time on just letting them sit there, collect dust, right? This is the time to sell. Europe side looking like 4 to 5 euros. Now, again, we do have Dracomon. Dracomon went from, I don't need this promo, to immediately going into this because we have access to, you know, Dracomon X. So with the, you know, when you play a ground Dramon, this Digimon may Digivolve into Wing Dramon in your hand from a Digivolution cost 3. You know, ignoring its Digivolution requirements, not a bad trade-off. You know, it combos in with Xmon X being as powerful as it is. I think it has a lot more going for it now, and a lot of players are going to be really stoked for, you know, now taking into account this promo is going to be needed. I mean, it dipped down for a little bit, now it's back climbing up, so hopefully you guys have picked up your copies in advance. Your side 8 to 10 euros. Now RideMyAvatar Legend Pack 2024s are at $7 to $10. I mean, yeah, that's just the player base. 2 to 3 to 4 euros. If you're on Paladin Mode Ace, I would say sell these now because next month when those pre-release events happen, oh, these things are gonna climb. This thing's gonna dip. Now taking a look though, Europe side looking like 10 to 11. Sorry, I did not mean climb, I meant dip. You know, Impmons, alternate arts, they're up to $90. At one point, these things were at 40s. Now it's up to 90s. If you guys grab them for 40, good on you. But now you're paying almost 100 bucks for this thing. Europe side 7 to 90 euros. Now, Dark Tyrannomon Limited Foils is another card you should probably be having just, if you guys want to be playing Dinomon in the future, just max rarity, anything like that. Just pick up these pieces that are dirt cheap right now because you never know when Dinomon gets his next wave of support in a promo form or something of great value that all of a sudden the deck pops off, right? So I don't want you guys to miss out on it. Even with the Rusty Tyrannomon and stuff, we're looking at a $2 card right now. Europe side looking like 1 to 2 euros. Kabuterimon Limited Foils are up to $3.50. Did bump up back in February, but has cooled off, which is good to see. I mean, at the end of the day, Nature Spirits hasn't really done anything of extreme note, right? I mean, local level, it's probably tearing our local levels apart, and players are not happy about that. But, you know, 2 to 3 euros here. Then Penguinmon Limited Foils Chain of Liberations are at $5. Yeah, if you guys have this, flip this. Europe side looking like 2 to 3 euros. Now, Gutsumon Limited Foil Chain of Liberations are at $4. I don't know long term if this card will stay in the deck, but probably will, right? At the look of it, though, $4 a pop is nothing to scoff at. Now, Europe side looking like 4 to 8 euros. Oh, wait, wrong. Gutsumon. Wow, we have the wrong Gutsu. Let me fix this. Gutsumon. Now, we need you. And we need this version. $3 to $4 sounds more reasonable. Now, agility trainings have gone down a little bit. Again, green hasn't really been popping off lately on people's radar, but I think Zephyga actually has a lot of contenders to be a good green deck. Europe side looking like 3 to 4 euros. Dustmons are down to 4s after all that hits and restriction. It is one of the sore losers of the set. Europe side looking like 3 to 4 euros as well. So stuff to keep an eye on immense from time to time, right? Now, RideMyAvatar is seeing some movement as well. We're looking at 3 to 4 euro, $3 to $4, and on the Europe side looking like 50 cents. I don't know why people have it at this price, but it has been being snagged up on Card Market, has pushed this data through, but that's just because one sold. That's why. Okay. You know, we have Z Greymon really special boosters at $5 a pop. Europe side looking like 1 to 2 euros. Now, Justmon GX X antibodies are at $3.50 to 4s. Now, Europe side, though, looking like 1 to 2 euros, which is pretty solid. Again, Justmon probably has a lot going for it this set. How do you guys like the new Justmon style of play? Takuyas are at under $1, which, again, from time to time, this does happen. Just keep it on your radar, especially because we don't know how Red Hybrid's going to pay off anymore. So just keep that a watchful eye, shall you? Europe side looking like 10 to 50 cents. Lugamon Legend Pack 2024s are at $5. I expect this to keep coming down just a little bit more. Just long-term wise, I just don't expect players to be playing this as often. Europe side looking like 3 to 4 euros. Now, Okuamon X antibodies are at under $2. Again, this is good to see that it's gone down a little bit. But long-term wise, I don't know if this thing will ever pop off again. Depends on what they do with future support with, Grand Quagamon. So yeah, well, let's see. Grandis, 1 to 2 to 3 euros. Pyeldramon Evo Cups are coming down a little bit. They have tinkered down to under $4, which is good to see. Players have been snagging up into 450 range. If you guys still have them, probably list them, try to make some cash. 20 cents to 1 euro. Now, Gospel of the Fallen Angels, this is just a friendly reminder for anybody that is trying to do Lucamon. Make sure you pick up your Lucamon cheap stuff now, because you don't want to be blindsided in the future because that the deck gets support, then you weren't ready for it to get support, and then you're just like, oh my god, I am now paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a deck that basically was under, $150 not too long ago. So just keep that in mind and understand that you should probably pick up your max rarity pieces sooner than later. Your side 1 to 2 euros. Now, Alphamon Oryukin is gone down a little bit. We're under $4 just for its regular secret, right? Europe side looking like 5 to 8 euros. Now, Code Cracker Fang, Secret Crisis, pre-release stamps are under $2, $2.50. I know that the new one might be taking the place of this, but I mean, it is an option, right? Europe side looking like 1 to 2 euros. Tokomon, Dimensional Phase, pre-release stamps. Some movements here and there, but nothing too crazy. Now, Europe side looking like 80 cents to 1 euro. Calamon is fan favorite Digimon, as always. Again, this thing places at the top of your security. There are some players that have some unique strats with this, which, again, have you guys figured out anything cool with Calamon that you kind of can do? Let me know down in the comments. 15 cents, 70 cents, 17 cents, 10 to 14 cents just for a cheap card. Calamons from BT12s are at, under $1.50, which is no surprise, right? The card fallen out of the deck pretty quickly since Galamon X came into a picture. Europe side 2 to 3 euros. Now, Bobramon Infernal Extensions are at under $2. Though this card was sitting high at 6s, but again, if you guys want to be picking up this card, go for it. Europe side looking like 1 euro to 2s. Now, Dynabemon alts did dip down to $50 earlier this week, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we had a 55 touch, and then people just bought it out yet again. No surprise there. Just this card is not coming down anytime soon unless we get a new printing. Europe side looking like 38 to 40 euros. Now, King Drazel 76 is $37 to $39. Now, again, we got 64 to 70 euros. Now, again, Sistermon Blanc Awakenings are at a lovely 9 to 10s. I mean, if you guys need it, get it for the Jesmon deck. Europe side looking like 1 to 2 euros. Now, Dexter Rugabon alts are at $35 to $38. Wow. Europe side looking like 20 to 30, 23 euros. A lot cheaper than us, but yeah, something you should probably keep an eye out on just in case for if you guys want to be playing the Dexter Ruga deck. Europe's Algamon alts are at $15. I think this is still behind the Dinomon hype, but long-term wise, it can't still sustain this. 10 to 11 euros. Ultimate Chaosmon alts are at $13 and climbing, but hey, that is something. Europe side looking like 5 to 6 euros. Peroxamon are now up to $11 and climbing. Again, the Gamamon support is pretty solid enough that this might actually long-term wise show back up into competitive play a little bit in JP. I expected to play in the local level very comfortably, but long-term wise, probably not. High competitive range. 5 to 8 euros. Now, Restaurant Superior Mode across times are bumping up a little bit. We're almost up to $2 a pop. Again, watch this closely. Never let this leave your sight just in case, once we get BT21, things could be a game changer. 22 euros to 5 euros. Now, Bagramon alts, this is definitely something you watch closely. People are starting to snag them up. Again, Bagra Army is getting support, so that means possibly we're going to see some competitive play with this. Now, Europe side looking like 5 to 7 euros. Now, Darkness Bagras are almost on buyout. There's 7 listings left. You know, somebody can come here and clean this house up, and then boom, you're now sitting pretty with some money cards, because you never know how the new Bagra deck's going to play. Again, this is a total coin flip on the Silver Boys. You know, Europe side looking, just for his regular alts, are at 7 to buyout status. Again, Bagra Army has potential, especially if a new wave of support. It's overdue, really. Europe side looking like 80 euros to 85 euros. Now, taking a look, regular alts are 5 to 6 euros. Now, Massamon Aces are at 32s to going up to 44s to 45s. If you have this is something you just sell, right? Europe side looking like 15 to 22 euros. Examon alts are at 29 to 35s. Examon X plays extremely well with this card, to be straight honest with you. I think this is the one you really want to go over. I know the Ace is really good, but Examon X giving the rest of the keywords to this Examon is super good, to be honest with you, at the end of the day. So it's something to just think about. Europe side looking like 3 to 4 euros. Now, Armageddon alts as Secret Crisis, probably something you start moving now just in case Diabormon doesn't even play this card, but it is an option nonetheless. Europe side looking like 10 to 11 euros. Dracomon event packs are at 25s to 32s. Again, cards are being bought out just because they're good support in every sense of the word. Blue Flare definitely plays this more now, but old Examon used to play this, but not anymore. Europe side looking like 6 to 7 euros. But all in all, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the market watch. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.